welcome back to the Mostly Pointless podcast.
Hello again.
My name's Tom, and as always, this is Adam.
As always.
As always, you're Adam.
I don't know why I changed my name.
That's why it's as always.
Okay, come. Continue. Just a redundant statement.
Welcome to the Mostly Redundant podcast. Show that's hopefully plenty interesting, but as always...
Pointless.
Did I say as always twice?
Probably.
I've got stuck on as always.
What would you say other than as always?
Leave it with me. I'm not a thesaurus. The reason why we're flustered... Well, firstly, I have got a cold. I'm very nasally. I was contemplating, do I take day nurse? But I'm not planning on being up until...
Well, you
12.
take night nurse.
I know, but then what if I have night nurse and I'm like...
Pass out.
asleep 20 minutes in. So, I've gone cold turkey. Very snuffly, but the show must go on. I've got a muslin. So when I'm starting... my daughter's muslin.
Okay.
Well, that's why I've got love arts on it. It's not like a classic handkerchief.
You say just pull it out.
Yeah.
Just pull the muslin out. Nothing else.
What would I pull up from
Pull it
there?
out. Impressive.
Yeah. That's for the late...
That's for the
late
OnlyFans.
The OnlyFans. Coming soon. The Mostly Pointless OnlyFans. Nobody watches on YouTube. Maybe they'll come for his OnlyFans. Just throwing stuff at
So you
window.
whip it out your collar.
Whipping out your cot. I didn't know what was going to happen there.
Like love sausage from the boys.
Well, we will come on to why we're so flustered.
Are we? Well, probably.
I am. After the last few hours. But should we have drinks to start with?
Yeah, go on.
Right. Have a look at this bad boy. Are you going to show it the camera this time instead of the mic?
Instead of the mic. Why? Oh, yeah. Why? Obviously why. It's the microphone can't. Great. Yeah, it's called Heist. I know now why you cryo. Okay.
That's on the cam, Spotify listeners.
Yeah, I'm not just like doing a haiku.
He's not had a breakdown.
Heist. I don't even know where the camera's probably pointing because I move its position every
That's
time.
definitely closer than showing it the microphone.
Yeah, I suppose.
Any notes, anything
It's got a
to...
skull on it. It looks... It's like...
When I said notes, I thought it'd be like flavours, not just... It's got a skull on it!
It's a can. Apparently it's got... Hang on, I'm still reading.
Bear with us.
Riveting stuff.
Amuse yourself for a minute.
It's got water, malted barley, wheat, oats, hops and yeast.
So it's a beer.
It's a beer.
It's a beer.
It looks like that Mastodon album.
It does. For any Mastodon fan, it looks like Once More Around the Sun album.
It's a good album. Yeah.
Great album. Yeah. Not the best, but you crack it?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, my finger's stuck on it. Oh no, my fingernail's actually stuck on it. Oh.
That would have been content.
Yeah.
That would have been a short.
Oh, it's kind of got a bit of a fruitiness to it. I've ripped my nail bed out.
Ooh, that's not for me. Ooh, that repeated on me. That one asked you twice.
I like it. It's got
6%.
yeah, it's a strong one.
Yeah, this is the one that you waited because you knew it were a bit stronger.
Mm.
And I'm having a whiskey in my fancy
Who's
whiskey
Ladybird?
glass. What?
Ladybird.
Ooh, more content.
Wait, come on, Ladybird. Yeah.
There we go.
You're not in this shot.
There we go. We've got a viewer. Guaranteed viewer this week. So we're having another, what are you calling it?
Bunna Habit. Bunna Haberheim. I can't say it.
What's funny is how different that was to last week.
Yeah.
So this is the same brand as last week's, but it's a different one now. I don't know.
It's pronounced Stu Radar.
I thought it was pronounced Bunnahabad.
No, that's the
Radar.
Fuss Radar. Just blow doors off at shed.
That would have been so funny.
No, so Bunnahabad is the
yes, I get you.
Yeah, and this type is that. See,
Translated from Scots Gaelic means helmsman.
yeah, it's got a sailor man on it.
Stu Radar. It literally,
Stu Radar.
it says it's
Yeah,
dashed.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm reading it off of.
I thought you were just reading off that bit. I didn't know it literally said.
Pronounced it perfect.
You were like that guy from Hello Hello. Rich sherry aromas.
Oh, nice.
No, it didn't say that. Rich sherry, aromas of fruit, nuts and spices.
There you go. So when?
Go on, it's been a rough one. Yeah,
Keep going.
yeah. Just, yeah. Now pass me the bottle and you can have this. Does smell nice.
Does it
So
taste?
we'll get a minute for ice to settle in, and we'll describe why we're so. We're just chilling a bit now. We've just built a house.
An actual house.
An actual house. It would have been easier, I think, at moments.
A plastic house.
It wasn't even a house. We built an ice cream.
An ice cream
shack.
parlour,
What's the brand? Like a kid's one. Obviously.
Stromby. I
Stromby.
think it's called Stromby.
We've built,
Yeah.
and it took us 2 hours
Something like that.
in a strong wind
Honestly, I got taken out by the ice cream parlour.
straight away.
No, you went off to do something. I was tootling about. A strong wind picked up.
You were tootling.
Tootling.
Yeah.
And it took part of the parlour and it hit me in the head.
Which that's got to be a brand new one for A&E. When I say I've heard everything.
Being taken out by an ice cream parlour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we finally got it up in a strong wind. But now we're just on the chill.
Yeah.
We wolfed down at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Kids are settled, and now we're here. Now, we don't usually, because we don't know how long it's going to take for us to upload and stuff, we don't talk about stuff that's very new news. But I've just read, as I was putting daughter to bed, John Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. UFC fighter,
Heavyweight champ.
current heavyweight champ, most of his career at light heavy. If you were to ask about, I would like to claim 99% of MMA fans who is the GOAT, the greatest of all time, they would say it's between 2 people, John Jones and Demetrius Johnson.
Oh.
Okay? Some people might say Khabib, you might have some really out there ones, but between them 2.
Alright.
But John Jones has a history of...
He's a history.
He's got a history, yeah. He's had...
Not great history. It's not very
Not
nice
great,
history,
no.
is it?
He's had... he's been flagged for cannabis. He's been
Well, that's
flagged
not
for...
that bad.
Yeah, but when you're drug tested.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not just talking casually.
I'm going to say that's
Yeah.
fine now.
Cocaine. Not okay.
Okay.
At least 1 steroid pop.
Right.
Hit and run on a pregnant woman. Assault, battery. It's just not a good list.
It's not sound great.
But yeah, apparently I've just read in the news. Again, this is alleged. It's breaking, so who knows what this final story will be. But apparently, a drug testing woman has turned up to his house, and he's threatened to kill her.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and snatched a phone off her and stuff. So as of yet, apparently that's the story. There's no idea that if what police are going to say, if there's criminal charges and stuff. But it get me thinking. How much does reputation, if anything, affect GOAT status?
Or you mean like it's how much of a... How can I say it then? How much of a... Well, I know to belge you have to be before people go, actually, it's not the good.
Was that the word that you were...
No, that was not the word I was
Was
going
it
with.
the worst word?
It was my favourite word.
Your favourite word? Even 10 minutes in, I don't... Oh, should we try this now?
Yeah, because you just could let all the ice melt.
That's definitely stronger than last week's.
Is it really? I
Yeah.
thought that one was an older one, so I thought it'd aged. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not feeling that one as much.
It's alright.
Yeah.
It's whiskey.
Definitely not as smooth.
No. It needs to go. It's left a really strong aftertaste.
So when, so going back to that, when you think of, like I say, a GOAT, he's up there. If he's not 1, he's 2 in most people's eyes. Steroid accusations to one side, because that's the one for me. The only thing that would bear into whether he's the GOAT or not of fighting is steroid, and he's popped for steroids. So to me, he's out with the race.
Yeah.
If you pop for steroids, you're out.
But haven't UFC come out with that?
They've come out USADA.
Yes.
Yeah. They've now got the new one, and this was the first new one's testing of John Jones.
They threatened
And
it.
yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Absolutely allegedly at this point. Yeah, because to me, if you pop for steroids, your previous ones, it doesn't mean that you weren't on him. It means you wasn't caught.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
So because you definitively have popped, you're off the list for me.
Well, yeah.
That's all it takes. But that's the only factor out of all this list of things. That's the only factor why I don't consider him the GOAT.
I suppose as well if you're like going against people that aren't on steroids. Yeah.
Well,
The problem is it's like how many of them are and how many of them aren't.
well, that's the
Most of them
difficult
might
thing
be.
to say. Like,
Like the whole cycling thing. They were saying basically.
yeah, that they use it as
Lance
a lever.
Armstrong said he used it because everyone else was on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The steroids in cycling, the Tour de France and stuff, is that their reasoning for it is that it was just to make it a level playing field. That if you weren't on him, you was the exception, effectively. But yeah, so you've got your GOAT who's got that laundry list, and then you've got the biggest pay-per-view buy fighter in UFC history, in MMA history, Conor McGregor, who has a laundry list of problems
As well.
Now, I don't know how much, for Jones obviously that's a negative, but for McGregor, how much is that actually helping him?
Well, it's not making him a better fighter.
It's not making him a better fighter, but when McGregor he raided a bus, he was supposed to fight Khabib, and him and his team basically ransacked the bus that Khabib and a few people were on, throwing sort of like big metal fences and stuff through window. Michael Chiesa got glass on his face, one of the fighters, and that was used as promo material for the fight.
What? An assault?
An actual assault where police should have been involved was used as promo for that fight.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. I don't get it. This is you're getting it almost to like WWE territory.
Yeah, it absolutely was. But yeah, seemingly the answer is, whatever your opinion is, it doesn't make a difference. More people know who John Jones is than Demetrius Johnson. I think so anyway.
I suppose you can't use running over a pregnant woman as a promo for a fight.
Unless it's the pregnant woman who's fighting.
The baby.
Yeah.
The baby's revenge
Yeah,
story.
it's some Tarantino film. Yeah. But speaking of Demetrius Johnson, I think he fought at about £135. I think he's just entered a jiu-jitsu tournament at 155.
Okay.
Right? Do you know who is his name? Is it Bradley Martin?
I don't know.
He's not a fighter. He's a YouTuber.
Till no.
I think it's Bradley Martin. He's like £260. Big, beefy guy.
I can't work out pounds on him weights, you know.
He's
Actually,
a big
kilograms.
dude.
Yeah.
So I don't know who he first asked, but he's asked, it became a thing where he asked people, does he think, whoever he's interviewing, could have taken Bradley Martin?
He used to ask if they could take him.
Yeah.
It's very... I don't know.
Well, the people he used to ask were like Nate Diaz.
Well, he's going to say yeah.
Obviously. Nate Diaz ain't going to say no to anybody. But obviously Nate Diaz is probably, what did he fight at, 185?
I don't know.
So he's £80 lighter.
Okay.
Okay? So to Bradley Martin, that's the absolute equaliser.
The weight.
The weight.
Okay.
That it does not matter how skilled you are, at some point I will just be too big, too tall, too heavy, too muscular for you. So like I said, Diaz were definitely one of them. Devin Haney, I believe he asked, who was again very light, 150 odd pound I believe, but possibly the best boxer in the world.
Yeah.
Okay? Could you take me? Again, he laughed it off. He's like, Bradley Martin's not training anything.
Yeah.
Okay? But he fully believes again
Because I'm that big.
because I've got £100 on you, you could be the most skilled at anything. You could throw in punches, black belt in whatever you want. I will beat you in a street fight because I have the weight advantage.
Well, that's just not true, is it? In
Well-
all scenarios. Just look at that Mikey, what's his face?
Musamechi.
It doesn't look like he could beat you, but in any sort of like BJJ thing, he's going to rip your arms off.
So this is the thing.
Yeah.
Demetrius Johnson's just entered a tournament. He entered in his weight class, which was 155. Bear in mind, Demetrius Johnson is not yet a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Alright.
Entered at 155, which is his weight. Won the entire thing.
Nice.
Then entered the open weight category.
So anyone can go into it.
Anyone.
Okay.
His first opponent was 6'3", 250 £, and he beat him.
A comfortable beat, or very close.
No, it was like first time to tap and him going to tap.
Fair.
He got through to, I believe it was the final, and lost in the very final against a guy who again was about 6'4", 260 £.
Okay.
So basically, he's living proof that that's just.
Because he's fighting people who were that guy's sort of weight and height who were like
He's-
black belts. In that,
They're black belts. They are a foot taller and 100 pounds heavier, and he's out grappling them around. And obviously, he's also a proficient striker. So they were interesting, but it's just that it is a bit delusional that I'm just too heavy for you.
it's a bit egotistical, yeah.
Although having said that, apparently Brian Shaw is training MMA now.
The strong man.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
6'8",
Yeah.
400. Like that's a bad
Scary,
combination.
Yeah.
But yeah, crazy.
I was just quite slow though.
Yes. And the amount of power, it becomes like the Mountain and what's his name?
The Viper.
Yeah.
Oberyn Martell.
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal.
Where it's like, if you get, you're just squishing the red.
You're not allowed to do that in fighting.
No. On a street fight, maybe.
A street fight, maybe.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Yeah.
You know when you're just flicking through YouTube and you just put something on.
You end up in a dark hole. You see some really nasty shit on you when you get going. I guess that's not what you're talking about.
Funny enough, no. I was watching the NCAA wrestling.
NCAA.
It's just like the college level
Oh, okay.
wrestling.
What, in
Yeah.
America?
In America.
Okay.
And it is crazy. These are like stadium events of college kids wrestling.
Yeah, but I mean, they're like that with a lot of the sports in America.
Well-
You look at like American football.
This is exactly where I'm going to come on to how different that is to us than them. Like, it's televised. Daniel Cormier is commentating on it.
That you MMA fighter.
Yeah, the UFC legend.
Oh, wow.
He's commentating on it. You can have people who bet on it. You've got thousands watching and stuff, and that's just the wrestling. And like you said, college football, swimming, baseball,
Yeah.
basketball. They are leaving college, and if they get to that point, they finish, they graduate. Here is your. Just sign on the dot. Here's your money, and that's your contract, and you're good for life.
Set just straight after college.
And I like to juxtapose that with
Don't know what that means.
compare. Like I like to compare.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got the
You're showing up
image.
to camera, you dick. You make me look stupid.
I like to compare the image of NCAA wrestling on TV in front of millions
Yeah.
to me at school and us at school. Flashback. Imagine, picture this, everybody.
You and your pumps.
Worse. 12 years old, obese, very aware that I am, hate looking at myself, so I dread to think showing it off in front of everybody
Looking like
else.
that kid from Up.
Literally looking like Russell.
Russell.
Yeah. Looking like Russell. That's exactly what it basically.
Yeah.
I look like Russell at 12, right? And instead of going, look, that's a fat kid, let's try and work to his strengths, let's put him in rugby. We were in boys and girls mixed classes learning dance routines to Thriller.
I never did that. We were in the same year.
Do you do that?
No.
Oh, well, you were lucky.
Maybe it's because you were a fat little kid.
They're
Before.
like,
Let's make you
this
do
will be funny.
it.
This will be funny, watch this. Yeah, I had to do it.
I never
Yeah.
did that. I was doing football at every lesson, and I
They
hated
were like
football.
running me in there. No, they were
And
like...
why are you just wearing pants?
Yeah. Don't know, pants.
But you are the teacher.
Yeah, but it's like, do you think you'd have been more into sports if there was the American level of stuff? If somebody like sat you down and gone, look, I can see how fast you are. We will hone that. You could run, or we could put you in a running back program where you could leave here with an NFL scholarship and you'd be set for life. Would you? Do you think you'd be more inclined to enter a sport, knowing how much you don't like sports, if they could basically say to you, because of how fast you are, you've still got to do your classes, but this will be your focus, and as long as your classes are alright, you will leave here. There's a strong chance that could be your future.
No.
No? Still no?
I'm innately lazy.
Yeah, but like, I'm talking that first contract out of leaving school, your first job, you could have like £1 million contract.
Well, for doing sprinting?
For being a running back, you would. Not for sprinting. For being a running back.
What's a running back?
A running back, you know, in NFL, when they set and they pass the ball to the quarterback, the guy who throws the ball.
Yeah.
The running back is, instead of throwing it, he sometimes passes it to one guy, and that guy is the running back who has to run as far as he can before he gets tackled. That's his one job. You get the ball, you run as far as you can.
Yeah.
And then you get tackled.
You remember what I looked like in primary, in secondary?
You're
like a stick.
You are.
I would have died.
You are built
I would have
for.
snapped. I weren't back then.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Strong breeze would have taken me
If
out.
you were fast, but you were scrawny,
Yeah.
they would hone that in America. They would say.
Roids. They just inject.
They would put you on a cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trenbolone. You're good to go.
Yeah. Like,
But still a no.
probably not.
What about the like American school clubs? Because that's more of a thing in America.
Ooh. Like Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, well, any club, like anything that you could kind of imagine, that's more of a thing. Like the Glee club and chess club. You'll be just doing. Yeah. I like a few minutes just picturing you in the Glee club in Glee.
Did I get a wheelchair?
No, he went in a wheelchair, were you?
He was.
I mean, like in real life. Because
Ableism, innit?
it is now.
We went there.
No, you got away with it then. But yeah, you think you'd have liked that part of America?
No.
It's a great conversation.
Just weren't very sociable.
Yeah, that might create your own an anti-social.
It would have to be
club.
like a breakfast club sort of scenario.
Have you seen that film?
No, I don't even know how it goes.
It's a great film. You should really watch it.
Yeah,
it's such a,
is it aged well? It's an old film now.
It is, but it's really nothing of a film. It's like one set,
It's all in a detention or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's detention on a Saturday. It is something I want to come back to that. So I remember.
What, the Breakfast Club?
Yeah.
Okay.
But does America at all interest you?
In what sense?
As a place to visit in your life?
I want to travel.
Well, that was where I was going with this. Tom, you load up questions and I'm going to shoot them down
Just
for an
every
hour.
single question.
Yeah. No comment.
We were talking about this the other day. I don't know. I just can't think of any way. Not just America, just in general.
You like theme parks?
Yes. I don't like getting to them. I have to bring it to me.
Wouldn't it be worth it though?
What, going to America to a theme park?
Yeah. Like, not just our theme park. The best thing, like, that would make ours just look like nothing in comparison.
It sounds good. There's a lot of hassle going there though. At airports. Currency exchange.
What? Japan.
I really like the idea of going to Japan. But I don't want to go. I don't want to fly. But guys, I know he went to Japan. It was like a 14-hour flight.
Yeah.
It sounded incredible. It sounded awesome.
I think for that sort of 14, anything above a day, you would like to really go for like more than 2 weeks. Like a month trip, like living there for a month.
I just think I'd be too concerned leaving the hotel. I'd
Yeah,
get
it would
lost.
It'd take you a while to sort of
Yeah.
acclimatise.
And obviously, Japan-wise, Japanese is the main language. America, you could speak to people.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. What about you? You've been to America, haven't you?
I've been to America twice, but when I say I've been to America, I've done Florida.
You got stuck in a hurricane, yeah?
It was incredible.
Is that really the right word for it?
Afterwards,
Yeah.
yes, it is.
It's terrifying sounds more like the right word for it.
We were set to come home, and it were a category 4. We didn't know it at the time, but it were a category 4 of 5.
Yeah, that's
5 being
bad.
the worst, obviously. So we knew we were going to come in. We knew it were going to hit us, and it was basically me, my brother, mum, and dad. We were only young, and me and my dad were going to go to Pizza Hut to get his last hot meal for however long. my mum and my younger brother were going to go to like a 24/7 and stack up on.
Oh, 'cause you were
supplies.
preparing for this.
Preparing because we knew it was imminent.
What was it called?
Oh, maybe the name of the hurricane.
Yeah.
I don't.
Not the 24/7 shop.
Yeah, 7-Eleven.
Paint me a picture.
I don't know what the
Like
hurricane
Margaret or
was called.
something.
Yeah. So we're in Pizza Hut. We order these pizzas. Get your little number, and it's like number 6, please.
Yeah.
And we're like number 50. We're like, oh, and then all the way around it's glass windows,
Yeah.
right? And we just see black clouds rolling in, right? So we finally get it. We step outside, and it starts raining. And when I say within minutes, me and my dad are wading through water.
Wait, how far up to you is it?
We were like it were quick. It was we had pizza boxes above his head, right? And the pizza boxes were crumbling with how much water were coming down. It was just another. We finally got in, and my brother started to get quite like worked up because it was scary,
Well, yeah,
right?
particularly as a kid as well.
So my dad was like, "We'll distract him. We'll put TV on. Put TV on. George Bush is on TV, going, 'We pray for the people of Florida right now.'"
Yeah. Oh dear.
So in the end, we were hiding in the bathroom because you had to get into a room away from windows in case they went through.
Oh yeah, too much of glass flying everywhere.
So we were in the bathroom for hours, and then it just stopped, right? So we went outside, and within a few minutes, some staff came round in like big ponchos and stuff, checking who were okay and that. And they came to us and like, "Are you okay?" And my dad said, "We're good. We're just happy it's over." And they're like, "It's not over. We're in the eye.
So you got to come out of it, yeah?
We've got to come over it."
Shit.
But while we were there, we did play Spot the Englishman, because there were other people popping their heads out, and there were one man asking his wife to film him as he stood in the middle of the grass with his arms out, spinning round, pretending he was stuck in the hurricane.
Fucking hell.
But yeah, now that it's done, it's like, what an insane experience to have. But at the time, you could hear stuff being smacked, and then like something that they have in America, which we've never had in England,
Yeah.
is that it was properly done. We went to sleep. The morning after, you're walking through, and it's devastation. And then like 2 days after that,
That's normal.
back to normal.
Can't even sort fucking potholes out over here.
Potholes.
They're there for years.
There's that much snow. Everybody's in for a day.
Yeah.
But there, it was just like.
It's getting weird.
And I'm talking like trees were uprooted, and it was just like carnage, and they're out fixed it there after.
Sadly.
But yeah, Florida. We've been to Florida. I would like to do Las Vegas. I was looking at UFC in Las Vegas the other day, and it's practically $2,000 a person
Jesus.
to watch UFC in Vegas. But I would like to go to Vegas, have some money, try the casinos and stuff.
My younger brother went to it. My younger brother travelled around various states.
He
in
did a
America
really
for a
cool,
month.
yeah. Which
He
is right.
worked at one of those summer camps for 2 months, and then after for a month, his visa were longer. So he went to like 6 different states. Went all over.
Yeah.
I hate the idea of that.
That's not you at all.
That's
Is
not
it?
me at all.
No. But my number one, I would like to go to New Zealand.
Go around the Lord of the Rings sets.
I would love to do the Lord of the Rings thing.
Go to where Aragorn broke his toe.
Yeah, just to stand there and tell my missus no that she's not bothered. But I would like to do that.
Yeah.
And obviously there's a whole rugby side of it.
Yeah.
New Zealand being one of the best places for rugby, just to
Yeah, they're always like, their team's always like one of the best.
in both league and union, to be fair.
Oh wow, okay, fair enough.
But yeah, I'd like to do that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine you guys actually running New Zealand.
Yeah, but still, yeah. Would you go travel England? No. Moving on. Breakfast Club. Right.
Yeah, alright, go.
So it came out in '80s, and I would say it's a classic. But it did get me thinking: what is there anything that we call a classic film that our daughters will watch?
I don't know, that's difficult.
Because like the classic sort of Disneys, they're coming up to like 100 years old. Some of them.
The first one was Snow White. That
Like
released in
30s.
30s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
So, yeah, it is almost Jesus. But then again, we watched it when we were kids.
That's what I'm saying. So
we
that
were
was that's the
60, 70
classic.
years old. Yeah.
Do you think that will continue for them?
Maybe. I'm just trying to think oldest film she's watched. She's not massive. That's massive big on films at the minute. I think the attention span's not there.
Yeah, same with mine. She's got about 40 minutes of watching, and then so it'll have to be a couple of
Like
years, but
Trolls at the minute for films.
yeah, just like really bright and
Really bright and singing and dancing and.
I don't see the old ones, the sort of black and whites, the 50s, anything like that. Did Wanderers 70s?
I can't imagine her liking the Wanderers.
No, no. And then I do think that possibly 80s, or what Quentin Tarantino describes as the worst decade.
Does it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Because I think he said that 70s were one of the best, which was followed by...
Well, it's going to be hard to follow one of the best, isn't it?
I think it was because they said in the 70s you could really do a lot, and the 80s was that you couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
But the films that I'm thinking of that I would show my daughter, I don't think Tarantino would have been a fan of. Like Labyrinth.
You don't think Tarantino would like Labyrinth?
I'll ask him.
Ask him.
My conversation opener is that I've got the
Quentin?
same... Yeah, if you're watching, firstly, if I meet you, we've got the same birthday.
It's the same day?
Exactly. Yeah, not the same year. But that's my conversation
That's
opener.
pretty good, yeah.
Although having said
Might
that,
same as David Beckham, I think.
is that what you'd say to him?
I think we've got the same birthday.
I think what would happen is that if it were us, I'd go, oh, David Beckham just walked past us. Because you'd have been oblivious.
Yeah. And I've got... Do you want me to go talk to Quentin for you?
On that note,
Yeah.
I've always said that there's two people, after all the celebrities, I always want to be that person who's like, don't bother them. But there's two celebrities that if I ever saw, I would have to go
I
and
think
say
I know
hello.
one of them and you didn't.
One of them was Ricky Gervais.
You didn't?
I saw him and I let him go past me.
What, you're going to just spear him?
Just run up and tackle him. I even knew what I was going to say to him, but I just let him walk past. And I was gutted about that.
It would have been weird if you'd walked by and you're like, I need to just followed him.
Just carried on going down the street. Just never getting closer. Just make him aware of my presence. But the second one would be Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
My opener would be we've got our same birthday.
Goodbye.
No, do you like Labyrinth?
Do you like Labyrinth?
Labyrinth, Dark Crystal.
I haven't seen Dark Crystal, I've seen...
Dark Crystal is dark.
That's with the really fuckers, isn't it?
No.
Is it not?
That's Wizard of Oz 2.
Oh. Oh. Oh, I haven't seen that either.
With Fairuza Balk as Dorothy. How mental is that?
Jean Grey?
Nope, that's Famke Janssen.
Fuck's sake.
Have another go. Have you
Fairuza
seen The
Balk.
Craft?
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
In,
yeah.
Bobby Boucher's girlfriend.
Yeah!
Yeah.
She's not
She
the,
plays...
not the devil mama.
my mama said. Yeah.
You're the water boy.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Quality
high quality.
H2O.
Yeah.
Have you drank enough today?
I have.
I haven't.
No. You never do though.
Oh, I never do. She's not reminding me.
When when Adam used to give us a lift home when we worked at the same place, he would be like sat in car shaking. He's like, I'm a bit shaky. And what you had today? Nothing. Food or drink? Nothing. He might have got a black coffee
No, back then I would have drank actual coffee.
with like milk.
Yeah.
You had one of them.
Maybe.
No, Dark Crystal is the one with the gelflings, which are like elves. And there's two races. I can't remember one of them. The main baddies are the Skeksis, which are like these weird, like bony vulture things. Like really creepy for
Not
kids.
on wheels.
Not on wheels. They're the Wheelers
That's what I'm thinking.
from Wizard of Oz 2.
Yeah.
Which is, they used to give me nightmares, Wheelers. Really creepy things.
I imagine Long gave you nightmares.
Yeah. Where else would I watch? 80s. Never Ending Story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think the horse thing had traumatised.
Traumatized.
Every episode I've got to try and butcher at least 7 words.
Well, you've hit that halfway in.
There's plenty of time to go then.
Yeah, so I think they would be classics for her.
Did that horse die?
There was I don't know if it would be a Mandela or
He didn't die.
it didn't. There was a story that broke
Mandela
that
effect.
it did,
Yeah.
but apparently it didn't.
Yeah.
Artax.
What's that?
That's the horse.
Oh.
Bastian. Atreyu, obviously.
Atreyu was the kid.
So it's about Bastian, who finds the book.
I forgot about
He finds the book, which is the story of Atreyu.
Valkor's the
luck dragon.
Luck dragon.
Yeah. Just great. Did you know someone sued him?
Because it
did end. Yeah.
Did they win?
Did they win? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And then there's never.
I'm guessing it was American.
Have you seen any others?
It's a big swing culture. No, I've only seen the first one.
So there was that one. Then Neverending Story 2 was about. They were like, I think you were an evil witch, and she granted the main guy wishes that came true at the cost of his memories, and she like collected his memories.
Oh, that sounds quite dark.
And then Neverending Story 3, who's the main baddie?
I haven't seen it.
Jack Black.
What?
Yeah,
That's
with a monobrow. First thing I ever saw him in.
Wow.
And obviously I didn't even click it was him until years later.
That's mental, that. What year was that?
I don't know, I think you were only like early 20s, so it must have been...
Before Shallow Hal. That's earliest film.
Oh yeah, I'm talking... Yeah, like I say, I think you're like 22, 23.
It was really
like really quite skinny,
yeah.
Shaved head, and monobrow, and he got main baddie in it.
Oh.
That's like the bully kid.
Wow.
Yeah.
Flippin' heck. I didn't know that.
We went out today, and I went in a record shop. I don't know, music record shop.
Yes. It's because of my blank
you-
expression.
Yeah.
I just didn't change.
You just did nothing.
I froze.
Like you almost didn't. It didn't go in your ears.
My ears.
In your ears, but I did question what.
You alright?
No, my watch thought I was talking to it.
It's getting more response than me.
It is. Like what? How come some mediums are successful and some just die out? Like, how come records?
Oh, because something, I guess... Because they could only hold so much songs, I'm guessing, couldn't they? So they needed something smaller, it's more compact.
No, I mean, like...
Disc.
So records happened.
Yeah.
And then tapes.
And CDs.
And CDs.
Yeah.
So tapes became... like, nothing. They died down.
Because how fucking awkward were they? Like, rewinding them.
I get that,
When
yeah.
all the stranded
Yeah.
bits came out.
And now CDs are on the way in, but records are coming back.
Because it's vintage.
But what makes that vintage and tapes not?
It's fucking awkward.
Tapes?
Yes. Records, you put them on, you put that little needle on, just leave it to go. With tapes, it's like awkward rewinding them, and like I said, they kind of spool themselves. And I think eventually they just stop working, don't they?
So are you saying that potentially it could progress that much that CDs come back into fashion?
Maybe.
Like tapes, videotapes went out of fashion. DVDs came about. Blu-rays, did that really...
Blu-ray wasn't just a DVD, just better quality.
I don't think it ever really hit the heights, though, did
I think it did, for a while. You used to have to get Blu-ray player DVD players.
Did one come out after, like a 4K Blu-ray?
I don't think so. There was the 3D thing.
Stuff like 3D's
That lasted
very
about a year.
faddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of 3D in general. Like, if I were to go to cinema, were you trying to look more interested then? You went really animated. You went from nothing to so overly animated.
I just remember that we're being recorded and I need to actually look like I'm enjoying myself.
You're like, Tom, could you just please shut up?
Don't.
I just need a minute where no one talk. Oh, we're being recorded. Sorry, I remember what we're doing now.
I'm still stuck in that fucking little kitchen thing outside.
The amount of swearing you did in that.
That's just a normal. That's Tuesday.
At one point, it weren't
On a
anything
Saturday.
but swearing. It was just swearing.
I got berries all over me and all sorts of shit. You were right annoying.
And then we came in, we wolfed down at McDonald's, and then we watched Original 151,
And a Peppa Pig.
and then Peppa Pig. But I've got something to say about Original 151.
What's Original 151?
Vinny.
Oh yeah, you like him, didn't you?
So there's a channel, Original 151, and he started a subathon.
He looks like Mario.
At the minute, he looks like Mario because he's grown this big moustache.
Moustache.
Yeah. And
Something I can't grow properly.
It's not that bad actually.
I've got a patchy. I don't even call it a beard and facial hair. It's just facial hair. It grows out my face.
The moustache looks pretty even.
That's
I'm not saying
Yeah.
grow it out,
no,
but it does look.
no.
But you start a subathon, so he's gone live on April the 1st, and he said that if you donate so much, it adds time. If you donate members, you add time, and then he's going to see if he's going to go for the full month of April. And he's probably going to get a chunk of money for it.
Oh yeah.
But they found out that there's this woman on Twitch who's been going for like 2 years on it.
That's absolutely insane. Like, does she go to toilet and stuff? Obviously, she goes to toilet. She's not like fitted herself.
She'll go to the toilet. I don't know how the sleeping goes. Now, because...
Maybe she just sleeps on camera.
So Vinny tried it on his first night
Yeah.
of sleeping on camera. But to see him, you need the light on. Which obviously through his sleeping, of course.
I don't know, if you got a good enough camera, you could have like night vision.
Night vision, yeah. I guess maybe you...
I reckon he can afford it.
But this was my question. If, maybe not now in your life because you've got a wife and daughter.
Yeah, if I wanted a divorce.
But, like, how long, if you got told X amount of time, streaming non-stop, and you're done for life, how long would you go?
I'd just keep going. As we've just discovered, I'm not much of a traveller. I don't really like leaving the house. So I'd just sit, they could watch me take a shit, could watch me in the shower. That was on my OnlyFans as well.
Yeah, just doubling your,
Doubling
creating your own
yeah.
streams.
So yeah, I'd just probably keep going. They
Yeah.
could watch me sleep. So that one guy who did that where they could wake him up, didn't they?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. Did you see when Snoop accidentally left his live?
I think it's when Snoop woke him up.
That would be creepy.
No, I didn't. What were we doing?
He was streaming some sort of game.
Yeah.
And he's like, right, I'll see you all later. Thought he turned it off and left, and he came back like 4 hours later. Like, what's this?
No, I did not.
Just for reference, Snoop don't start. No, I don't know what I was doing. I panicked.
It was acting.
Acting.
Acting, bad acting.
Mm.
Yeah, no, I reckon I could just keep going. I don't think anyone would watch me for that long. What was she playing?
I'm guessing for 2 years, lots.
Maybe, yeah, not necessarily. It could be like a WoW or something like that. You know, something you could just keep going on.
Phil Leon, who we've spoke about a few times, he did one where there's I think she's called Meowderlin, and she's streaming on Twitch at the minute, and she's pretending to be a dog.
She's not playing anything. She's pretending to be a dog. I mean, if it's getting money, I suppose.
Like, it's getting money, she's getting money from it, but I also think there's got to be some sort
It's not sexual, is it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't know how it can't not be. When you're a grown man watching it.
Is she wearing like a full outfit?
Or
Or is it like she's wearing like...
she's not a furry sort of.
She's like wearing ears and just a bra.
Sometimes she has like ears, she's got like a little wet nose thing that she's got. Sometimes she wears like a dog thing. She talks about, I think she's got an OnlyFans, but she basically says that some come over and she like fully encapsulates being a dog. Like going to the toilet and...
Just like pissing as a dog.
Like at that point that's got to be sexual. But I think all...
Oh, yeah, it's OnlyFans, it's supposed to be. That's the point of OnlyFans.
But I mean, I don't know how you could watch that and not... You won't casually watch that.
You can't just watch a woman being a dog unless weren't getting offered it.
Yeah.
I suppose so. I've never watched a woman dressed as a dog on...
No.
Was it Twitch? I think you got Twitch.
Twitch, yeah.
You did quite a lot watching Twitch. Oh, is it? You didn't dress as a dog on
You
Twitch.
did a lot of dressing as a dog, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know I
You
am
even danced to Thriller.
Phil used to do Twitch. I used
Dressed
to
as a
go...
dog.
Oh, I don't think it... No. They
You'd
definitely
watch
don't.
that.
You'd watch that.
You'd watch Phil as a dog.
He used to stream, so I used to watch that quite a lot. Moist, he's on Twitch.
Yeah, he's got his own like Apex team and everything, hasn't he?
He has. Who else? Shayna Baszler. I watch her on Twitch. The WWE UFC guy. Girl, sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a few that I watch, but
I don't know why I don't watch it, because I like all that sort of stuff.
it's good. Yeah, you find your game and you watch people do it, and
Much better than I do it.
yeah, yeah.
That's one of the reasons I wouldn't do it, because I'm not that great at most of them.
Moist.
That's
Speaking
why I
of
love.
Moist Critical,
Yeah.
he watched Monkey Man.
I saw his video pop up on YouTube saying we have to
I
talk
wanna
about
talk about
Monkey.
it.
Yeah.
Basically, he said, I didn't know this, but it almost got shelved indefinitely, the film.
Before Jordan Peele saw it. Or
Jordan
well
Peele.
before that.
Jordan Peele saved it.
Saved it from Netflix, weren't it?
From being made. It wasn't going to be made.
Oh,
According to what Moist said,
right.
it got shelved, and Jordan Peele was that high on him. He petitioned and did everything he could to get it made.
Nice. It looks really good from trailer.
So what Moist said is, it's incredible.
Yeah.
He says it ranks up there with some of the best sort of revenge movies of all time. Why? He says that some of the action's just incredible. He said that it's very John Wick.
Cool. I mean, it's
To the
a
point
good
where
action film.
apparently there's a John Wick reference in there. He said that there's sort of brutal scenes where it's getting more and more crazy of these kills and these... But he says the worst thing about him is it's got shaky cam in the action scenes.
So like someone's filming it, so it shakes.
It's yeah, he says that while it's doing it, the camera's moving about so much as like an effect, it almost ruins the entire film.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, he said even before he came on and did the review of it, he had to check online to see if it were just him or if he were just thinking, I'm thinking too much into it. But apparently, a lot of people have been like, "What a film!" But that almost kills it all.
Gonna have to get watched into it.
Or he says, "Oh, no, it's very, very good."
I mean, I don't know if the thing that gets me most about when you're watching films is dark scenes, when they made it that dark that you almost can't tell what's happening at all.
Yeah.
You're like pissing about with brightness on your TV and contrast to try and make it, but then when something that's not dark comes on, it blinds you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Or with volume as well.
Oh yeah, where action scenes suddenly just blow your ear.
And then it goes back to talking.
And you can't hear
what
it.
they're saying.
Yeah, that's fucking right annoying.
We watched The Meg 2. Right.
Were it Jason Statham in Meg 2?
Jason Statham, and for whatever reason between 1 and 2, he's become like this. He's become every other Jason Statham where he can now beat people up.
Including a giant shark.
There's some very funny scenes.
Just choke it out.
It doesn't. He does skewer one on a helicopter propeller.
Nice.
That he just holds up.
What, a helicopter propeller?
Yeah.
Well, it's spinning.
No, it's like a single one snapped off,
yeah.
and he sort of like holds it like that, and goads a megalodon to jump at him.
And he spins like 8 times the size of a orca.
That's giant, and he just like hooks it through it. Not the most far-fetched thing, amazingly.
That's crazy.
Now, you know when they do something in a film and then give you some science behind it, and you're like, that sounds wrong, but I'm not smart enough to... Right?
Story of my life.
So what happens is, the basic premise is that if you go down enough in the scene, you get to this sort of what they call the trench. Which
The
is,
Mariana Trench.
they call it the trench.
Oh, it's not an actual thing.
It's like a cloud, a heat cloud.
A heat cloud?
That if you permeate through, there's like another layer of ocean below this cloud. What they thought was Earth's bed.
Yeah, it could make sense. I mean, we haven't explored most of the ocean, have we? We went about this last time, because I don't want to go to space.
We got really panicky. So yeah, but they break through it and then find the megalodons. And then in the first one, as they come back up, they make an airway, like a temperature way for the megalodons to pass through this trench bit. Okay? So in 2, they go down and they're exploring.
So the fucking lesson in the first one, they do it again.
They go back down.
Okay.
Right, so they go back down and then they see at the very, very bottom of this... So imagine how far they've had to go down. They've had to go down to what we think is the Earth's bed.
I'm guessing at this point they've managed to invent something that can get down that far.
Just get ready for this.
Okay.
Right?
Did Jason Statham just swim down?
Get ready.
Cool.
Right?
Okay.
So they go through in a sub, then they go down through that bed, and they go down more water, and they find a station that somebody's built. Some rogue people have built a station.
So someone's already got
at the
down
very
there.
bottom of there.
Oh,
okay? Which they managed to get into this station. And I'll not tell you how it happens, but they get into an area that starts to fill with water. Okay? So Jason Statham's idea is that he's going to go out of the base and swim out and then in from another door.
How deep are they?
So they've come from the top of the ocean down to what they believed was the bottom of the ocean floor. and then they realised that you can go through that and then go down
He's
to the
going to
bottom
swim.
of that. He's just going to swim out and round.
Does he do it?
Yeah, he does it, right?
Wouldn't he just like implode?
So they say, one of them says, you're going to just implode. And
He
they
said,
say,
"Not if I've got family."
what they say is that that's not how the pressure works. The pressure works on oxygen. So if it depletes his oxygen, it won't.
No, I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. I'm pretty sure it's down to how heavy the amount of water above you.
So he basically goes into the next room where it's full of water. There's like the depressurized thing, and you see him sort of like blowing and like trying to get all of the air out of him, and you can see like blood pouring out as if like he's finally depleted it, and then he makes the swim.
So he not only does he breathe out that much, he breathes out blood.
He breathes out.
Is that what happens if you suddenly just go?
If you exhale
If you
that
do it
much,
enough, you start spitting blood out.
at that level anyway,
I suppose.
and then he swims and does it.
Nice.
Yeah, but can you remember that? As far as I'm aware, you know that submarine that imploded. He's
Yeah.
lower than them,
Yeah.
and he just.
Well, they said they were rapid decompression in that thing, didn't they?
Yeah.
Which basically, as soon as the leak happened, they would have all just sort of. Would they have got ripped through it, or would they have just like, sort of instantly gone?
I don't. I hope it was very quick.
It would have been so fast. I don't think I can put it into like time.
Which
Like
is
less-
how I'd want.
Yeah, like less than like a microsecond or something
Yeah.
daft like that. So I mean, but apparently Jason Statham's stronger than
Yeah,
that.
he is. Yeah, it's
The
just that
will.
hench will.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
will.
But it was
Willpower.
amusing. Like obviously, you can't think too much into it with the film.
The
but
writers
it's-
must just be on a fuck ton of drugs.
Yeah,
Like just snorting stuff off at the table while they're writing it down.
My-
It sounds fucking mint.
it did sound very good. And what I like
Like,
about
that's not
it
real.
is how serious he plays it. He plays it like it's some sort of Oscar-winning thing, and I love that about it. He's so committed to it being.
I mean, he's putting 100% in his role.
yeah, absolutely. You got to give him that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even if it does sound pretty ridiculous.
it was, but it was entertaining.
It's, as long as it's the thing with them is as long as they're entertaining, that's the main thing in it. You cannot take that seriously.
Do you want to do your music?
Yeah. What have I been listening to? I can't think. My brain stopped working.
I've been listening. Feeling for a Friend.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
In
Ro-
particular.
Rookie of the Year. Escape Artists Never Die. Juno.
Oh wow. That is some old school stuff.
Just that one album.
It's good album.
That's what I was looking for today, actually, in Record Shop. I was looking for that. Joy Division. I've been listening a bit of Joy Division.
Yeah.
Transmission. She's Lost Control. Yeah, I've been listening to music quite a lot recently.
I was listening to Down in Your Arms by Trivium
How's your
because I was trying to learn it on bass.
You've been slapping the bass.
Loving the bass, man.
Right, quickly. Tell them
What?
that's banned in our house, isn't it?
I was slapping the bass.
Slapping the
We
bass.
said it. Me, you, your brother said it that much that it went from being funny to as significant others being really fucking angry with
How
us.
long ago it now?
Oh, years. Like I reckon 7.
7
It's
years.
7 years ago. I
And
reckon if we went in and said it now, they'd hit us.
No humour.
Yeah.
But yeah. Slapping the bass, man.
Slapping the bass.
Yeah, but you've been learning your bass. Well, you have learnt bass and now you're going back to bass.
Yeah, I learned bass years ago. Well, I learned it enough to play some tunes and stuff, and I can finger my way around the board.
Nice.
Yeah, so I've just picked it back up since we've got some room for it.
And Down in Your Arms.
I've done a few bits. I'm trying to do the chain.
Down in Your Arms by Trivium. Not Down in Your Arms Tonight.
Is
It's
there
a
much bass
banger
in
though.
that? I don't know if there's much bass in
No,
that.
I don't.
Yeah.
What were the other ones, sorry?
The chain.
Just
Done quite a
Chain.
bit. I did
Bang.
Smooth Criminal, but Alien Ant Farm's version.
Yeah. Great song.
Very good. And To the Moon and Back, Savage Garden.
I told my missus and she's like, is that Adam's sort of like?
Love Savage
I'm like-
Garden.
But it's because I said, To the Moon and Back Savage Garden, The Chain Fleetwood Mac, Down in Your Arms Trivium. It's like, that's a shuffle, that.
Is a shuffle.
But yeah, I guess that's nice when you're not playing for in a band or anything and you want to play music, it's literally whatever song you think's.
Yeah, it's just like, look for something that's an interesting sound.
Yeah. I told you I miss you, Blink 182.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it. I need to try that one next. Yeah.
Such a good song. And you've got to shout, "Where are you?" at my daughter.
She's asleep.
Not now. Yeah. How long are we? Oh, 55 minutes.
Is that right? That's about right, isn't
It's
it?
about right. Have you enjoyed yourself?
I have.
Even though your face didn't say it.
For about 5 minutes. That's because I'm fucking knackered.
I'm so tired. What time
Parents
is
were
it
moving
now?
house yesterday, and I got out of the house at 7:30, didn't get back until 9 at night.
Yeah.
And then I've been putting that bastard house up.
Built a
I
house.
keep calling it. It's not even a house.
No.
I think wind's fucking blowing it away.
Yeah, I'm surprised I'm just clattered through. That'd be a right ending to the podcast.
If I got took out by one water and now I'm taken out by the entire pre-built thing and that little fucking credit card and shit.
The anger that you said that. We think we may be looking at middle of June for his first guest.
Yes. Yes.
We want to get about 10 episodes in before we have a guest.
Establish his fan base.
Yeah, we really want to get his core followers before we branch out. The one thing that we are debating as well is how we fit him in here.
It is. How big is it?
I don't know.
About 3 meters
Yeah, about that.
by about 2.5.
We would have to.
I'm bad at math. I'm bad at a lot of things, but I'm really bad at math.
We'll have to play around with
It's a
it.
certain
but
size.
We don't want to move else. This is like you said, it's nice.
I like it.
We're going to have some more stuff hopefully next week to really, because I think we're close to, without it being cluttered, we're close to having a good set.
Yeah. We don't want to clutter it too much. We need to get all that out for when Danny DeVito sits in it.
Yeah, hopefully, as plan is, we've got 2 guests in mind, and then as third guest, we're hoping it's either Danny DeVito or Paul Dano.
Yeah.
And if it's not, we might just end the podcast there.
Yeah, crime famous people. What's the point?
We've tried our best. If they're not interested by episode 10, we're done. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah. And fuck, it's that bit. And you, Darren. I think it was that. I think I'm using the same 5 ones all around in a circle.
5?
I don't know 5 names.
Darren.
Darren.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That was much better than last week's when you knew it. When you instantly had it off you.
Well, that's boring.
Yeah, when you were panicking. I enjoyed it.
You
more.
enjoy it when I'm stressed.
Yeah, that's when you do best work. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We'll hopefully see you next week.
Fingers crossed.
Bye bye.